Hey all, this is Andrew Luy, inventor and CEO of the Comic Cloak, and you're listening to the C-List Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture.
Welcome again to another episode of the C-List Villains podcast, the cultivators of the comic culture. I'm your host, AJ. I've got E-Man, Luke, Red, and we have a special guest again on the show. We've got Andrew Luy, creator and co-founder of Comic Cloak. Welcome, Andrew.
Hey, welcome,
Andrew. Hey guys.
Andrew. Welcome to the show, my friend.
How are you doing
Thank
today?
you guys
Luke?
so much for having me.
And how is everyone doing today?
Are we going to start with Red? Can we start with Red again?
Well,
Okay,
shit, I'm excited that we have Andrew on board. I mean, I met this guy, you know, flirting with him on John Jang's posts.
Wait, what?
And
All right, okay,
Hey,
all right.
It's supposed to be
so yeah,
private,
there
man.
was love at first post.
Private messages.
hey, those are private. Those are private. Nudes too.
All right, okay.
Everything's good, guys.
And
Everything's
that's how the show starts tonight.
What
good.
about
I'm not
you?
even drunk.
How are you doing today?
It gets better from here.
It can only get better from here.
Yeah.
See,
So-
I reiterate things, you see.
Luke, how about yourself? How you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I had a fun little sale tonight, and yeah, it's just been great. My wife made some tacos,
Oh, nice.
and so we did white people taco night.
Nice.
Okay.
Taco Thursdays.
There's this so funny TikTok. It's called White People Taco Night. You got the hard shells on the taco night. You got the shredded cheese on the taco night.
Yeah.
I love how
Same
Luke's
stuff.
on TikTok. I don't think any one of us are on
I
TikTok
don't
as
have
much
TikTok.
as you are.
You can find Luke on TikTok. He's doing the pretty face, small waist with a big bang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Pretty face, small waist with a big booty.
And the red dark challenge, the little silhouette challenge thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's old though, AJ. That's old, man. That's
You're like 2
February,
months
son.
Okay, boomer.
Boomer, man, that's like 2 months. That's like 2 hours ago. It's
None
done.
of us.
That ended at 5:30 p.m.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
No one on this
Oh.
podcast should be on TikTok. We're too old for that.
No, it's actually TikTok has been overrun pretty much by old dudes like us. It's no, there's still a lot. There's everyone on there. There's kids doing puppy content to old people doing, you know. But it's actually fun. It's a fun platform.
I think we all should go on there and do some SWV type like
Oh.
moves.
What is that? What do you mean? The
SWV, the group, the old R&B. You just go out there and just do some lip syncing to some SWV. I think we can do it.
Oh,
We can
okay.
do it. I think we can do it.
I'm more of a what's that one? Don't walk away, boy. What's that one group?
Jade.
Yeah. I'm more
Oh,
of a
Jade. That's right.
Jade,
Yeah, bringing it back. Jade. yeah.
Gotta love the wife beater with the flannel shirt outfit. You know.
Yeah, that's coming back. You know, I've seen
is.
girls wear the white beater and then the tearaway pants, the old Adidas tearaway pants.
Okay.
It is coming back.
That's coming back
That shit-
Honestly, 90s. I've seen it happen. Like the 90s are coming back again. It's
with the kids. Big
yeah.
time.
trying to bring out those cross colors.
Little House on the Prairie style is coming back too.
Oh, jeez.
That's not 90s though.
Yeah,
What style is
1890s.
that?
1890s. Oh,
E-Man, how's your week been?
Week's cool, man. Week's cool. I picked up a lot of books yesterday for New Comic Book Day. Just
Dude,
just
I
an
saw that stack you got.
That was crazy.
ungodly amounts. I like I went on YouTube last week and some guy was selling his series and I was like, screw it, $20 for 9 books, sure, why not? Then he was pushing another series for another $20. I was like, you know what, $40 for a whole bunch of books, why not? I'll give it a try. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's all right. And then on top of that, it was New Comic Book Day, and it was a heavy week. So, that was a stack. That was insane.
What about yourself, Andrew? How has your week been going? You've been very busy this week.
Yeah, I've been busy. I'm getting ready to move down to Alabama from New York City, and in conjunction with trying to launch, this Kickstarter for the Comic Cloak, it's been kind of busy.
Gotcha.
But in a good way.
Now that's wait, Alabama? I'm from Alabama.
No.
I was born in Mobile.
Oh wow, that's wild. I'm gonna be moving to Huntsville.
Awesome, man. My dad was a coastie down there, so he was a Coast Guard, and I was born during Hurricane Frederick.
Man, like this explains a lot, Luke. I don't know why. You were born during a hurricane, and then the White Claw comes out, and you get all poetic, and it's almost like it's the perfect storm, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, a tree fell on our house, and we had to move to Hawaii.
That sounds that's
I thought you were born in Northern California, but
I thought you were born in Arizona.
No,
he taught in Arizona.
Tell us the story of what's the move between why would you leave one of the greatest cities on earth for Alabama?
So I have some friends down there, and I met a lovely girl down there as well, and so I'm going to be taking the plunge and moving down to Alabama to spend time with her and seeing what doors open for me down there.
Nice.
That's exciting.
There's always a girl involved. There always is.
Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Sorry,
we're not editing that one out at all.
We're not.
Sweet.
Okay, well, the real reason, or the main reason, I should say, that we've got Andrew on is he's got a product here that we feel that all you comic collectors should invest in. Essentially, Comic Cloak is an economical alternative to encapsulating your comics. So if you don't want to pay those fees to get your books graded, but you love the way that those CGC, CBCS books look in those encapsulations, this is the alternative.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of C's in there too. But yeah, talk to us a little bit about the product there, Andrew, because it looks like a fantastic product that any collector of comic books should have. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. So I've been collecting comic books literally since I've been a child, like probably, 10, 11, 12 years old. And, I didn't realize the value of it, or, taking care of them didn't become like a real thing for me up until like the 80s probably. And even then I was still kind of just bag and boarding it and throwing it in my backpack and, just kind of not really caring about them. And unfortunately, some of those ended up being humongous keys that are now, crazy money. And as we all know, that whole grading system now, 0.2 difference in a grade could literally be, at this point, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. One example is ASM 300.
Yeah.
And I look at that one, and the price difference between a 9.8 and a 9.6 is 70%, about a 70% decrease in value. So you want to watch those 0.2s. And as any of you guys know, a 0.2 is basically like, I don't know, like a spine tick or a corner crease or bend.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
And how did you come up with the idea for Comic Cloak?
So it actually went through a series of sketches, literally hand-drawn sketches on a napkin. And I know that sounds so cliche, but that's literally what I did. I had an idea, I jotted it down, and I just kind of refined the idea and came up with this clamshell design. And, I tried to make it as slim as possible, but to try to keep the strength of a regular encapsulated slab.
Gotcha.
I know you're a sculptor and all. Did you try sculpting this in clay too before going into plastic?
No, because with sculpting, you can't really get like you can get the super straight line, but when I sculpt, I like to be free and kind of wild with my designs. With the Comic Cloak, I needed for it to be specific and slim and compact, so it needed to be way more structured than I would normally sculpt.
Right. And you've got a Kickstarter for this, correct?
I do. I launched it inadvertently, which means that I picked a start date, and Kickstarter, I don't know if any of you have ever started one, but you put a start date and you put an end date. So I put the start date as May 1st. And this was a couple of days before May 1st. I was like, oh, it'll give me some time to tweak, the wording and the videos. And unfortunately, when I sent it in for approval, it got approved in like 30 seconds. And it said, your Kickstarter is now live. And I was like, oh, okay, I better start telling people.
Oops.
Don't worry. Alert. Don't worry about that. I've missed hitting the go live button during the show, so it threw so much off. So I personally know about starting and not starting on time, Andrew. You're all right. I get it.
You're on CPT, dude, all the time.
All the time. Filipino time. I'm on Filipino time.
So, Andrew, the Kickstarter just started, and it is ending in a month then?
It ends on May 30th, and so glad to report that it hit its goal in 2 days. So,
nice.
Everything was all just icing right now, and, so got fully funded, and that means I'll be able to put it into production and start mass producing these. So
nice.
The response has been overwhelming.
Nice.
And one example is I did a really small show in Alabama, a small comic convention, and I had a small batch of prototypes with me, and they were all sold out and allocated by the end of the weekend. And consumers were asking me when they could buy the next batch, and retailers were interested in carrying it. So it was a really, really strong response from what I didn't know was such a big market, down south. So
I don't know, maybe they're using
really
it for
nice.
target practice.
What?
Hey, whatever they're using it for.
Oh, they're gonna say, hey, is this bulletproof? Can we shoot this with our guns?
Red, stop it!
What?
Behave! Red, no!
Well, okay. Question is it really bulletproof?
It is not bulletproof, so
All
do
right.
not shoot it.
Do not shoot your Comic Cloak, guys.
So what you're saying is if someone has their ASM 300 in this, don't shoot it, is what you're
Do
saying,
not.
right? That's
Yeah,
a
even
bad idea.
Yeah, even if you have a lesser valued comic book, do not shoot it unless you just really don't care about it, because
Right.
it will get destroyed.
So much talk about shooting right now. So, Andrew, what size of books can we put in the Comic Cloak? Is it all sizes, or do we have a limit?
The limit is basically the modern sizes. So initially, I'm going to mass produce 2 sizes. One is going to be the modern, which can fit anything from the mid 1970s to current comic books. And then I'm going to have a second edition. It's called the Silver Age. So that's going to be anything from the end of Golden Age up until modern. So
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, can you show our audience how to use the product?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it's going to come to you with this insert in it.
Okay.
It's just advertising, and on the back is actually a how-to, step-by-step how-to on how to open it and what the functions are. So basically, there are 2 thumb tabs at the top where you're going to put your 2 thumbs, and then your 4 fingers on the edges, and you're just going to kind of push it, and it literally opens and closes with ease. And to take out the comic book, there's an access port in the back. So when I designed this, I was like, how do I get the comic book out without damaging, the spine or, the corners? And luckily I built into this an access port. So as Luke discovered from the sample that I sent him, it's a multi-purpose port. So not only can you take your comic book out by kind of sticking your finger in to elevate it and just grasping it slowly and lightly, but it also provides breathability, and it also reduces off-gassing, which I don't know if you guys know what off-gassing is, but it's a product of plastic that you really don't want on your comic book.
Yeah, but like the thickness of the comic book, is there a limit to that also, or?
There is. So the thickness will take anything from your conventional, I believe it's a 22 page, is it 20 or 22 pages, the standard comic book that comes out now. And yesterday I actually wanted to see what the maximum thickness was. So I bought a 72 page comic book yesterday, and I tried putting it in, and it fit perfectly snug in there and nice, and it didn't damage it. So
Awesome.
So it'll fit anything up to 72 pages. Or
It sounds like we can maybe even put a trade in there. It sounds like if you have a decent sized trade.
Trade paperbacks, they might be thicker than 72 pages because we're talking
like 5 issues. So.
Yeah, so that
Those
might
bigger
be like,
cardstock covers too.
Cardstock, yeah.
So it's better that I've asked now, otherwise someone's going to try to put a trade in there. So no trade.
Well,
but
not
it's-
yet. Maybe there is a trade size in the future, right?
maybe down the line that might be a variant.
What about for those people who want trades, Andrew? Are you going to be creating a comic cloak for those?
Maybe
I get
maybe down
10%.
the line.
I get 10% of that one right there. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you better go on your computer now and patent that, because that's a good idea.
As long as it has the hole in there too.
Comic
That's a
cloak,
48 pager.
one
That was
word
pretty cool.
trade.
48
No.
page
Oh,
sentence fits
that-
nicely.
Oh,
In
nicely.
there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, it looks like it fits pretty snug. Can you put a bag and board with the book if someone wanted to do that, or should you just use the comic itself?
So the initial intention was just to put your comic book in there, but for people that are worried about the hole in the back, maybe they could put it in a bag first and then put it in. I actually tried that as well, and the bag will crinkle a little on the sides and at the top, just a little bit. It doesn't really damage the comic book, but it fits in there, so that can be done.
Or you could just use the E. Gerber boards, right?
Are those clear? I'm not sure.
No, the you know how like some people use the Mylar bags and then they use the
backing board?
yeah.
No, backing boards are usually bigger than the actual comic itself.
So those,
They could work if you cut it down to size.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a straight edge cutter for that.
Yeah.
So don't do
Yeah.
it. Don't do it. All
Yeah,
right.
so
So
don't-
no bullets, no straight edge. Okay, got it. We're working
So-
towards what we can and can't do. All right.
Yeah. take
Recommended
notes.
recommended use is just the comic itself. You may be able to put in a bag, but there may be a little crinkle to it, right?
Yeah, to the bag, not the comic book. Yeah.
Right. Exactly, to the bag.
But
But
I mean,
just
if you-
like any other slab, slabs don't have bags in there either, so it's
But
It is
then
what it
again,
is.
if you're
Slabs-
going to buy a comic cloak, there's no reason for a bag and board because you have the ultimate bag and board with the comic cloak there for
This is
you.
my rep right here.
That's how you do it, Red.
By the way, that's a good segue to the next topic I wanted to talk about. Is I don't know if you guys know, but within the past month, you guys know that encapsulation prices went up, right?
Yes.
From a certain company. The second thing that I just heard is a very big company that makes plastic bags is also increasing their prices. So that means that comic cloaks are not just for premium books anymore. So I was thinking about this and I was like, what could a gating factor be for a consumer to stop them from buying this? And some people were like, oh, the price. But I was like, you know what? The more I think about it, it's literally the price of 2 regular comic books and cheaper than almost any variant that comes out, and maybe a quarter or half the price of a variant that comes out. So, I feel like it's not just for like premium books anymore. It's for anything from like, a speculative book to a super high price book that you don't want to get slabbed. So.
Now, how well does the comic cloak fit in a long and in a short box?
So the width fits perfectly. It'll fit and with room. However, the length of it is a little tall and it comes right above the edge. So if you were to use a short and long box with it, I would recommend filling it with comic cloaks. And not to try to sell a full box of comic cloaks, which I would love, but if you mix those in with bags and boards, it might, depending on where the comic cloak is located on it, it might lopside it.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But the best thing to probably use is maybe like the comic grading boxes.
Maybe again, I'm not sure if it would hit the top of that. So,
Okay.
maybe the plastic bins I wouldn't recommend because they might put too much pressure.
Gotcha.
But the good thing is, and here's an example of 2 comic cloaks. And on the bottom, it has a rim. So not only does that keep water from getting into the access port in the back, if you had it on a table and you spilled something on the table, it would stop it from touching the back and entering the comic book. But not only is there a ridge for that, on the top side of the comic cloak is a landing area for that ridge. So it basically locks the comic cloak in, so it won't move. So maybe the best bet is to stack them. Until we find a good product that we can actually store it vertically.
Right. So it is, to our listeners, it is stackable. So that's awesome. It's so much better because then you can. It saves space in the long run.
What I'm hearing
Absolutely.
now, Andrew, through my headphones right here, it sounds a lot like you need to create a comic cloak long and short box as well, which would be great for people who want to store them in boxes. Again, I get 10% of that right there too. Okay, that's what I'm I get 10% of those 2 products. Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Take note.
But that's awesome though. The stackability, putting them on top of each other and then them being interlocking is great, because I do see some collectors stack their graded comics on top of each other and they place them like on the shelf and whatnot. So this is great. This is a great way to protect it. How did you come up with that idea? Like, where did
So again, just from simple drawings to different prototypes that I had created 3D on a 3D printer, and just playing around with it and just tweaking it. And I had different versions. I had versions that went on a wall that might come out at a later time. But I felt like these two that I'm introducing now are gonna be the foundation for the rest of the Comic Cloak line. If that includes, a box that'll hold them, or some kind of wall holder, because I know people like to display their slabs. So this is the perfect item to display.
And speaking of displaying, one thing that for my concern is I don't really display mine because I'm always worried about the sun damaging my comics. Is this UV protected? Can we display without concern that the books will get damaged because of the sun?
Faded.
You're in luck. There is a solution in there that stops the UV, or it protects it from UV. So
nice.
You can still put it up on the wall and know that it won't fade or discolor.
Awesome.
The burning question now is it made from recycled plastic?
So it is not made from recycled plastic, but it is recyclable plastic.
Oh,
Okay.
wonderful. Good
Yeah.
for the environment, good for your comic books and the environment.
Exactly. So if you ever kind of quit the comic book biz and you want to get rid of your comics, you could always recycle these, and it could be turned into something else.
Right. Are they scratch resistant by chance?
There's no formula on there for scratch resistance,
Okay.
but yeah, from what I've experienced with these samples, is that they're pretty good in terms
They're
of
pretty durable.
not taking damage. So.
Except don't shoot it.
Don't shoot it. Yes.
Shooting, yeah, that might have a negative effect on it.
Well, there aren't any sharp corners on it, right? So they wouldn't be rubbing up on each other and then increasing or using the edges to make any scratches, right?
No,
Because
I purposely made the corners rounded so that there wouldn't hurt people, A, and B, that it wouldn't puncture anything, or so
that's great. That's
Awesome. What?
that's-
What?
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. sir.
I tried to I tried to put a lot of thought into this design, and it has been a long time in the making. And I hope I've thought of everything, because stuff that would annoy me, because I'm a comic collector and I like to keep my stuff safe and protected, and it was important for me to have a product that I wouldn't mind having hundreds or thousands of.
Right. Now, the burning question, when it goes into production and we start seeing it at stores, what is the MSRP on this?
So the MSRP is going to be $11.99 with price quantity breaks. So on my online store, the more you order, the cheaper it is per unit.
Okay, perfect. And I know that you've got the Kickstarter has hit its goal. It'll start going into production. Yes. When can we start seeing these?
So the target date, delivery date that I put on the Kickstarter is August. I have a very strong feeling that these will come out significantly earlier than that.
Okay.
Because you were anticipating to maybe gather some of the money maybe by the end of this month. You didn't think that it was going to be fully funded in 2 days.
So, you know what? Honestly, the thing that made me the most nervous was that this is a new product. It's relatively unproven, and people are sometimes leery of taking that plunge. And from that little convention that I did, and from the response that I'm getting from the Kickstarter, and just from people that see it and touch it, they're just like, wow, like why wasn't this made before? And that gives me such hope, and it makes me really excited to get these into the hands of collectors.
It's the perfect middle ground between a top loader and a encapsulated comic. This is perfect for those collectors who want to keep their comics looking fresh without having to submit it to one of the grading companies. I mean, I think you found the perfect middle ground with this one right here.
Thank
Andrew.
you.
Great,
Thank you.
great idea.
The best way you could describe it, I think, is a reusable slab.
That's a great way to put it.
Copyright that.
All right, so this is the money making episode. Hold on, let me write that
down. look how you handle a book out of a top loader. You're end up putting fingerprints on and pressing on the pages when you're pulling out the book. With this, you're just sticking your finger in the backside and then popping it out.
Exactly. Top loaders are pretty flexible too, and I've had some break on me, so.
That's what I was going to get into right now. I have 6 books in top loaders, sharing a short box with just regular bagged and boarded books, and I see a very scary bend happening in the top loaders, and
the fourth edge. I've always wanted like a piece to go on that fourth edge, to close it.
The top, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The top, the top loader is missing the top.
And this solves that problem. Honestly, with the comic Cloak, Andrew, you've solved a lot of problems after all these years. This is magnificent.
Thank you. I really wholeheartedly appreciate that comment, because really I feel like a lot of thought and different iterations of this have gone through the 3D printer and sketches, and I feel like I just didn't want to introduce something for the sake of introducing something. I wanted to introduce something that I was passionate about and that I could stand behind 100%. And I am going to have a guarantee on this. So if somebody's not happy with it and it's just not their thing, then feel free to send it back within 30 days. I'll give you your money back. I really genuinely believe in this product.
How long how long has this been in the years? How much time was this in the making? Because it seems like from thought to now, like a year, 2 years, a few months.
Actually, at this point, a little over 2 years, and part of that was due to the pandemic, which knocked out basically like a year, because factories around the globe were shut down, and just production was ceased. But yeah, really important for me, and this is gonna sound kind of corny, but like my mom really instilled in me that America was like the best move that she made for our family and for our futures. And I felt like I wanted to kind of give back in a way. And to be honest with you, I had originally found a factory in China. And, after some thought and after some hard decisions, I decided to use an American, a U.S. manufacturer. And in the end, with all the tariffs and the duties and the transportation and delivery, it actually might turn out to be a fortuitous, decision that I made, because, I get my product quicker here now in the U.S. And I know that I'm helping to support the economy here and the people. So
not only is recyclable, it's made in America.
America.
Buy American.
Buy American.
Buy American.
America.
America.
So
so we got problems. So that's what we got problems.
Is there anything that that we haven't covered yet on your product that you would like our listeners to know?
No, I think we've covered a lot of, stuff that wasn't necessarily covered in the Kickstarter, because the Kickstarter, you have people with a short attention span, and, you need to introduce the product quickly, what it does, and normally you have to do a video that's under 2 minutes. So I do appreciate you guys having me on to explain further and just delve into like what caused this and how this originated.
Yes.
And to explain that really the Comic Cloak is not just for premium books. It's literally for any book that you want to keep safe, and more importantly, any book that you want to reread. And I know that sounds so crazy nowadays, but you also want to protect it. But maybe some people want to enjoy their comic books and read them once in a while and look at the beautiful graphics and read the words. Yeah, strange.
So this is also aimed at the Darkhawk fans who want to save it, read it, save it again, maybe reread it, hope
Darkhawk,
that it blows up. Yeah, it's for those
baby,
guys
Sleepwalker.
right there. It's for those
Super Pro.
Oh man.
X-Force 1.
Ravager 2099, all right?
It's for all
All I'm
those
saying-
collectors. It's for all of you guys. You want that book covered, you want it safe, and then you want to reread it. Go out, buy yourself
That's
a Comic
great.
Cloak.
All I'm saying is, anytime you hear Disney dropping a little teaser or trailer,
Little
be
baby
prepared
teaser.
for that. Yes, be prepared for that book, the first appearance or the origin or a cameo to like Quinn Billion Tuple. So
Oh man, totally.
this could be for people like that as well.
Listen, I'm waiting for them to say Ravage 2099 is coming out. I'm probably the only one with a Stan Lee Ravage 2099 signed book, so I'm
You'll
waiting.
be in the Comic Cloak.
You never
Dude, you better get a
know.
Comic Cloak for that.
I know. Okay, Andrew, last question I want to ask you before we let you go. More of an inspirational thing. Being an entrepreneur, any words of advice for anyone who wants to take that leap and go out on their own to start their own business?
Yeah, I feel like if it's something you're passionate about, no matter how many times you fall, you're just going to keep trying. And that's what you have to do. And I feel like if you're in it just for the money, sometimes it'll work, but I think passion overrides that. So my
Every day of the
advice
week. Totally.
my advice is if you love something, do it. And people will follow.
Gotcha.
Great advice, Andrew.
Especially when necessity is the mother of all inventions. This was really a needed product out there. Something in between
Totally.
the top loader and the actual encapsulation.
Mhm.
So
I keep hearing
definitely-
that. I keep hearing that.
bravo on that, dude. Bravo.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
So I'll go ahead and put in a large order. Go ahead and bill Red for that. But I'll go ahead and we got you, Andrew. We're gonna go ahead.
I got my stimulus.
He got his stimmy. He got his stimmy. He's
Got the
good.
stimmy.
This is where the stimmy is going right here.
And my refund. I'll buy a dozen. 10 packs.
Again, Andrew, where can we find your product?
So currently you could find it on Kickstarter up until the end of May. May 30th is the end. I recommend that you purchase it before May 26th, I
Okay.
believe, because those are the early bird specials. And then after that, it goes up, a few cents. But if you want to lock in the best deal, or place your order before the 26th.
Awesome.
And then after that, I'm going to do an aggressive push to provide this to online sellers, live auctions like Luke, and
Yes.
to brick and mortar retailers. And also, I'll probably do the convention circuit for a couple of years just to get the brand recognition out there. And I just really want to get these in the hands of the people. It's amazing to see people when they first see it. They pick it up, they turn it around, they open and close it, and they look at the back. It's crystal clear. The front is crystal clear, and And invariably, the response is always, "Wow, like this is amazing." And I'm really not trying to toot my own horn, but that's just the response I get.
We'll do that for you.
Andrew, if you want to come out September 10th to Portland, I'll have a booth at Rose City Comic Con. Feel free. I'll let you sell at my booth. Set up a little. You can sell the comic books there if you want. I've got a badge for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we could talk offline about that. I really appreciate that.
I'm also claiming 10% on that, just because I'm claiming 10% on everything else tonight.
Well, Luke, but Luke gets that 10%.
But I claimed it first. No, just kidding.
And I claimed it. Can't come.
Oh, it's a land grab now, isn't it?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right. Thank you again, Andrew, for coming on. For our listeners, make sure you guys go look up Comic Cloak, one word, on Kickstarter, and put your money orders in there so that you can encapsulate your books correctly.
Encapsulate without permanently encapsulating. So, yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate the time on your show, guys. I love it. Listen to it every week.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Oh, man.
That means a lot. Yeah.
That means a lot. Thank you, Andrew.
Oh, it's awesome.
All right, guys. Last part of the show, we're going to talk about our picks of the week. Luke, why don't you go start off with what you didn't pick up, because you pick up everything.
Yeah.
Just messing around, man. Any notable pickups for the week?
I don't know. I picked up Lunar. I picked up Diamond. I picked up Penguin.
Yeah, this week was a big week for getting my shop distribution set up. My Lunar account got approved today, so that's exciting.
See,
nice,
he
man.
picked up Lunar. That's all he needs to pick up. That's his pickup of the week.
In terms of new books, I didn't get any new books, but I'm going to go out tomorrow and try and get that Boba Fett book. But, dude, check this out. I don't know if is this going to be on video?
Yeah, we have it on video.
I got, I was doing a sale tonight, and I found this. I forgot I had it.
Nice.
Young Avengers, the #1, and the director's
cut.
Dude, I couldn't believe it.
Hold on. Did you just have that in your collection, or did you buy a box and it was in there? Like, how did you get your hands on that?
Yes. That is correct.
Either or.
Yes. I like how he did that too. He's like, yes.
Oh,
He learned it from watching you.
He did.
So you didn't even know you had it then, pretty much.
No, yeah, that was like a 2017 purchase.
Nice.
Gotta have 'em.
For the spec.
I probably paid $40 for both of them back then.
So how much? If we go on eBay right now, how much is it going for?
I'll probably get $500-600 for the set.
Yeah,
Jeez,
that
yeah,
sounds about
buddy.
right.
That's a nice set that you have there, Luke. I'm glad that you have that. That's incredible right there.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's
I'm gonna sell it.
It's
I'm gonna sell it. Someone's gonna buy this.
So keep an eye. So should people keep an eye on rkfacomics.com to maybe see those books go up for sale? Is that a possibility?
You know, I want less people to be following me.
No, don't
I want
unfollow.
fewer people following
You need
me.
more. That's how
Next
we grow
excuse
the
is
business.
to sell the books.
That's how we grow the business, Luke.
I want fewer viewers to watch. I'm like the opposite. I don't promote myself.
I don't
My
want the
sales
fame.
are always so punk rock. There's no like setup.
Mr. Humble over
it's a
here.
cam over a box of comics. There's no like banner or like.
Yeah, I see the other ones. They got the letter, and then they put up on a wall and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's no lights.
I like Luke's approach. Hey, what's in this box? All right, so we have. Look at this.
It's a
ASM
POV.
300.
It's a POV.
Man, I used to set up. I used to try and get set up and have books set in, like do a sign. And man, I was like, fuck this. I'll do what I like. Hey, stuff. People are like, I'm down, man. I'm that too.
No longer a teacher. He's unhinged. Look at him.
Is that the White Claw?
Third one, baby.
Oh my
man.
Oh, dude, he went hard with the White Claw. To see it's Luke Claw tonight. Look at that.
Luke Claw.
Well, Andrew did say earlier that your first show to now has been big difference in like a day and night. Like really, it's evolved to something great.
No stress. No stress
keep
anymore.
going. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good over there, Luke.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Red, what did you pick up this week?
Oh, what did I pick up this week? Well, I picked up The Heroes Reborn, at least 3 covers of that, and then
Cool.
I picked up I guess it looks like it's a preview of the Trailer Park Boys.
I saw
Comic?
that.
Okay.
I saw that.
Oh, nice.
Like, dude, that's like,
Is that a new book?
I think so. I haven't really opened it up, but if you've seen Trailer Park Boys on Netflix, it's essentially like The Office, but with Canadian white trash.
How is that like The Office? Wait, how is that like The Office?
So it's like
No,
a
it's-
fake reality show type of
Fake
thing?
reality show, where they had the talking heads, and they that's how they push the story along.
Right.
But
right,
they're
right.
Canadian. It's an awesome show. You guys better check it out. Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
And what else did I pick? I had like a bunch of John Jang books come in, like his IG-88 cover, this Deceased 4, both the sketch cover and the regular, and then the guys, our boys at Major Pains Comics, grand opening on July. They hooked me up with his G.I. Joe cover, the Snake Eyes.
Oh,
Both
nice.
Both signed by John and Ray Park.
Both of them. Whoa.
Yeah. So I've been eyeballing that for months. Yeah, I gotta have that.
Like I'm just happy that you had one book in there that came out this week. This is a rarity. That's why my eyes grew up. Like, wait a minute, you bought Heroes Reborn that came out this week? Red doesn't do that.
Well, look, I checked out the spec. Like, okay, there's gonna be a whole bunch of new characters now. All right, cool. It might be another Agents of Atlas, possibly.
Ah, okay. All right. Gotcha.
E-Man, what did you get?
I got a fat stack of books that came in this week, but we're only going to talk about some of my favorites. So I got Win number 6, which is something that I've been waiting for. Introduced a new character in that book. I got Win number 6, and then I got The Virgin. My local comic book shop knows that I collected, so like any of the Boom books that he knows that I collect, he kind of puts like the one per store to the side for me, and I was able to get that one and the one per store Eve number 1, the Mirka Andolfo cover. Picked up a new book called Broken Souls Ballad from Scout Comics. Well, it's from Black Caravan, which is a sub.
I saw that cover, but I passed on it.
The interior work wasn't bad. I know nothing about this book, and then when I looked at it, it's like a monster book, like people turning into monsters, like werewolves and stuff like that. It looked like it was 3 separate stories in one, because it dealt with like different times. So it seemed pretty cool. I'm kind of on board with this one. I want to see where this is going. Fear Case number 4, ENIAC number 3, Swamp Thing number 3. I picked up the Batman Fortnite. I picked that up for my stepson. No, really. I picked it up for my stepson. He has used the code. He's playing with Harley Quinn on the video game right now. Batman 108, Good Asian. If you like crime noir, Good Asian is actually a pretty strong beginning, in my opinion.
I'm waiting on that one. I bought the Aaron Bartlett cover for that one.
Yeah, I got the Aaron Bartlett cover also too, so I'm waiting for that one to come in. Deep Beyond number 4, Nocterra number 3, High Republic Adventures number 4, and War of the Bounty Hunters number 1. I got that director's cut and the regular cover. I'm kind of upset with that book, you guys. And
Please explain.
This is why I like the idea. Shut up, Red. I like the idea of knowing, what happened after Boba got upon. And I was expecting this to be a series, and maybe I should have paid attention, but it's not just a series. It's a whole crossover event that's happening over all of the current Star Wars books right now. That's too much. I can't be collecting that. I mean, I'm learning my lesson from Death Metal and from Metal and from King in Black. I just don't want to get involved in another huge crossover event. So if I'm sticking with this one, I'm only going to get War
the main title
of the Bounty Hunters. Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm probably going to end up doing. I just didn't know it was so much behind it.
Will I get involved in the Mandalorian show?
I don't know.
I doubt it because it's completely different timeline.
Yeah. No, same timeline, just a different time. Because the Mandalorian's still along the same timeline. It's still it's not splintered. It's just further into the future.
Mandalorian is
in the future.
Yeah. So it's well, okay.
Different
I guess you could say the same timeline, but yeah, different era.
Is it
of the story.
post Endor or pre
No,
Endor?
it's pre. It's right. It's in between Empire and Return.
Yeah, it's in between Empire and Jedi. It's right after he gets him from Carbonite.
Yeah, and like he's melting, so he's got to figure out a way to freeze him again, I guess.
Okay.
I just like the idea of knowing what happened in between, but I don't like the idea that it spans so many books. That's just the only thing.
Right.
But yeah, those are my pickups right there. Some of them, at least.
All right, cool. I passed on Bounty. I was like, it's all right, whatever. You know, I picked up a few books. Good Asian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling it. If you like crime noir, you'll like it. But for me, I'm like, I wasn't feeling it too. It just wasn't my type of book. Not to say that it was bad. It's just not what I like to read.
Not your flavor.
What's cool about Good Asian, from what I found out, is that there's a lot of research that goes into it where it talks about the real travesties of Chinese Americans and Chinese immigrants in San Francisco in that time era. And a lot of the things that they're doing background research to is actually real. So I like the realness of this book. It's not a superhero book.
Yeah, and it's a crime noir, so if you like that, you'll probably like this book. Strange Academy 10, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with it. Not a lot's going on. 10 issues in, they haven't even had a battle with anyone. So, and there isn't any real conflict. We get it, guys. Doyle has an omen that he's going to be really, really bad. But I need to see some conflict in this storyline, guys.
You've been talking about that for months too, that you're going to drop it. I think
I've been giving it
now,
chance after chance, and now it's like, okay, I think I'm done.
Okay.
Heroes Reborn. I was actually surprised by this read. It's, I don't know if you guys have read it, but it's like a mystery. It's a mystery book focused on Blade. So.
Oh, really? Is the whole Heroes Reborn thing focused on Blade, or just this book?
So I'll just give a quick
synopsis.
Rundown. Yeah, without spoiling it. Blade is from 616, and then all of a sudden, I guess he wakes up or whatever, where the 616 or the universe is completely different, and he's the only one that remembers the 616 universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little twist.
That would be tough.
Twist. And then they're kind of pushing Blade in the MCU also. So, and then he had a for the most part, he had a part in King in Black. So sounds like Marvel's pushing Blade a lot more now, huh?
Well, yeah. Once they've got a movie coming out, then they put those characters out in the forefront in their comics.
Yeah, but he wasn't part of the little trailer that they released. I didn't see a Blade trailer.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. That there was no
right,
Blade trailer yet. Like, what's going
on? Eve, I was actually surprised by this book. I should not be, because it's a Boom book, but this was one where I'm like, I don't know about an adventure with a kid and a teddy bear, And then once I read it, I'm like, okay, I'm sold. It's a good story.
It's a really
What?
good story.
So it's like Calvin and Hobbes.
No.
I can see how you connect it with that. I liked
just,
it. I really
visually, maybe, but I mean, it's not like anything related to.
It's probably more related to the Matrix right now, if anything. That's really all I can say without spoiling it. That's what I would say.
No, it's a post-apocalyptic with a message for what is it?
Climate change.
Climate change. Yeah.
I really
okay.
liked it. I want Eris to read this book with me. Like I want her to read this one because the girl Eve, she's 11 years old, and I want to see if Eris can,
Relate?
read it and understand and relate. Yeah, it kind of broke my heart because I was thinking about my daughter while I was reading this book. So yeah, like I have a soft spot for this one.
Right.
And reading is fundamental.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah. Batman 108. I liked it. I like this Neo Gotham. I like the setup of Neo Gotham.
I see the setup for Neo Gotham. I thought, honestly, the last few Batmans, I've just been like, after Joker War, it really hasn't hit hard.
Okay. I mean, for me, I'm digging it. I'm liking the setup. I'm liking Neo Gotham. It's completely. It's no longer like he's taking Gotham into a completely different world where like it's not all like this dark, grimy, setup. It's more like it's. I feel like it's like the world of Akira.
Okay. Well, I mean, the whole cyberpunk thing with Miracle Molly too. So
Yeah.
I get it. Plus,
Go ahead.
Miracle Molly was okay. Also, like I didn't.
Oh God, not another character.
I thought. I mean, we got to give her a chance, right? But I thought she was just. I think she was just overrated.
See, I mean, I'm all like I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I am all for new characters and new storylines because I don't need another story about some character who's had some evildoer who's had 50 storylines already. So,
What'd you think of the Ghostmaker story at the end?
I love it. I'm digging that more than
Batman.
yeah. And I like those that Tynan's got this little world building that he's throwing for this character.
Yeah, I'm digging. The first one I was like, all right, this is okay. This is where it goes. The second one I was like, oh, this is interesting. I like it because it's another Batman, really, right? He's got the money, he's got the power, and he's got the moves, but just in a different light. I kind of like that.
He's a little cooler too,
I like the pants. I'm telling you, I'm digging the pants, man.
Well, yeah, we've got debate about that another time. That's the one thing. The pants are not tactical. If there's one thing that I focus on now is whether or not the costumes are tactical. Okay.
like that Kyle cover with Miles and
That is a
Simeon.
dope cover.
But those pants aren't tactical. The one that Miles is wearing, right?
They're
Is
cargo
that what you
pants.
meant? They're cargo pants.
That's tactical.
I mean, that's what they use in the field.
Yeah,
but
Where
they're
else are you
like-
going to put your chewing tobacco and your bubble gum and your seeds? It's tactical.
It's more tactical than wearing tights.
Yeah, but they're hiked up to the knees. They're more what do you call it? The
Joggers,
not cut off shorts, not joggers, but
Jorts?
definitely
capris.
Capris?
capris. Yeah, like those.
Well, I mean, I don't recall how exactly it looked, but it's cargos are more tactical than tights.
Well, as long as they have pouches, add more pouches. And a tool belt with pouches.
Yeah. And that's all I really picked up. I do have to say I did pick up from last week. I read The Marvels, and I don't know who else is reading it, but that was one confusing book.
I skipped it.
Yeah.
Well, is
but-
that the movie next summer? 2020, summer 2022? The Marvels?
Oh no. Well, that is a movie, yes. But there was a book that came out last week called The Marvels.
So it's not about Captain Marvel,
No.
Photon, and Miss Marvel.
No. It's completely
Okay.
different. But
All right. But did you look at the logo for the trailer? Does that look like the S for Stan Lee's autograph? It's similar, right?
I could see how you came up with that, but it's not fully Stan.
Yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
Red, he can't get no one to back him up. Earlier, I was like, I can see why you made that. You can see
looked like
how
it.
that kind of looks like the S. You know, I can see why you want Nazis on the. I get it. You know? I get it, Red.
But yeah,
Illuminati.
I could. Yeah, I'll somewhat agree with you, Red, on that. Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Make him happy.
Assholes.
Make him happy. Just make him happy. Sure, buddy.
had to cut off my joke during the whole Andrew Luy interview. You know, I had a good laugh. I was crying. I wanted to slam dunk that setup right away. Like,
I know
yeah.
you would have. I know you. That's why I was like, stop. No, don't. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
All right, guys. Well, with that being said, thanks again for tuning in. And
I gotta we're still looking for artists, or we're helping out some friends at the Major Pain's comic compound. So if you're an artist in the Los Angeles area
Yes.
and would like a what do you call a small convention atmosphere, hit up Major
Yeah.
Pain. Yeah, we need some artists out there
Anycon.
doing some commissions. Yes.
How
And,
can they find them, Red?
Hit up my IG. I got information right there for Major Pain. You can also hit up James Crozier on Facebook. I'll put up the links to his contacts when we post this video or podcast.
Awesome. And since we're making announcements, we are waiting on the C-List Villains podcast YouTube to get 4 more subscribers to hit 100. Once we hit 100, I am going to do a giveaway. So tell your friends to subscribe to the YouTube podcast. And E-Man, do you have anything to say?
Man, that's crazy how you say that, AJ, because my YouTube channel, the C-List E-Man, is at about 96 right now. I also need 4 more subscribers. So if I hit the 100, I will also do a giveaway. But AJ, don't you have something else too? Maybe with your Instagram?
I'm a bad friend. I should subscribe to your channel.
Are the 4 of us not subscribed to the channel?
This is where
I
the
mean,
4
really.
is. This is where it's
You know
missing.
what? I do not subscribe to the C-List
Wow.
podcast
Oh my
YouTube.
God. Wow. That's. I don't even want to ask Luke. I look at him like I'm afraid to.
Okay. Hold on. YouTube.
Hold on.
YouTube.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
don't-
I am subscribed.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're subscribed.
I don't even subscribe
Villains
to our own podcast.
C-List
guys.
Villains podcast.
Subscribe.
What does that say?
Okay.
There we
All right. What about
Wait,
That's
about
the main one?
what
That's
about
the main one. You don't
C-List
have-
E-Man? Luke, what are you
C-List
subscribed
Villains
to?
podcast. Let's go.
What about C-List E-Man? Hold on. I want to see. I want to see this one now.
C-List E-Man.
Don't you hit subscribe before? Okay. He subscribed. So I need 4 more to hit the 100. But AJ, you have something going on with your followers on Instagram too, right?
Oh well, I'm actually gonna do. It's gonna be a combo because I was gonna do one for 1,000 followers, which I already hit. But I'm also gonna just wait for the 100 subscribers for the YouTube, and the prize will be 2 comic books for 1 winner.
Hundreds.
And hundreds. Yeah, we've moved up, huh, Red? It's no longer dozens and dozens. See, look, AJ, we're moving up now. It's
Yeah,
hundreds and hundreds. We're making him happier because eventually we're gonna get to millions and millions of
That's the goal. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Laters.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at sealessvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our 2 Instagram accounts, Sealess Villains and Sealess Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at Sealist Villainous Red, at Sealist E-Man, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next episode.